The market started to bounce back a little. Hi, I'm Kevin Castaneda, and this is Kev's Mindset. And the market is kind of in a weird place right now. So the Fed did speak today, and they started saying, which is really important, that they think that they're basically not trying to crash the market. They're not trying to have another recession. They're not trying to do anything along those lines. They're trying to cool off the market. They're looking at different indicators. They're making sure the market's good. They're kind of trying to cool us down and prepare us for a long-term growth trajectory, which is really important for us to hear. And it's really, really good news because a lot of people were looking at the Fed and thinking, okay, the Fed completely switched up. They were completely wrong. They're going to tighten really fast. They're going to completely destroy the economy and have everything be pushed too tight. No, what they want, which the Fed has been talking about for a long time, is they want equality in unemployment. So even though we do see a decent amount of jobs coming in, they want unemployment to be equal between races. So there's a higher unemployment rate in African American people and Hispanics, and a little bit of a difference in other ethnic groups such as Asians. Now, in this, when we look at this and when the Fed looks at this, they say, okay, we want it to be somewhat similar. So they want a decently similar ratio of people that have jobs within each race. So they're really, really keen on making that a reality. So when we take that into account, it kind of makes sense that we look at what the Fed's doing. They're cutting off they're selling a couple bonds, and they are raising rates a little bit, but I don't think it's the end of I don't think it's the end. I don't think we're going to have a huge recession, in my opinion. And of course, I'm not some crazy analyst. I'm just an investor who's sharing my opinions, but I personally don't think that's going to be the case. I think we're going to continue to see a rally for the next couple months, next couple years, and I think we're really going to start building the foundation for us to head into those innovation stocks. Because now if you look at a lot of smaller caps that are innovative, or just innovative companies, tech companies, fintechs, if you look at all these companies, you can see that they're severely undervalued if you really look at them. A lot of them are down 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, some even 90% off the tops. And that's insane. So there's a lot of opportunities in the market. When you start looking at PEs and you start kind of running their growth trajectory, some of these companies are at crazy discounts when you really look at them. Now, I think some of the value plays can actually be traps in the long term, because I think a lot of them are starting to trade for a little bit of higher PEs. And the reason for this is because everyone's kind of going for a flight safety. Everyone's going to AT&T, to Walgreens Boots Alliance, to companies like that are more safe, to MO, to all these different companies that people assume are really safe, like McDonald's, Coca-Cola, etc. I've already described many, but these are all really seen by the general public as safe companies. So a lot of people are kind of flying to these companies as a flight to safety because they're scared of what's going on in tech. Maybe a lot of them are traders, or they're just not sure. And a lot of algorithms are selling based on news and not based on actual fundamentals, and not based on what a company's doing. So when you look at a lot of these companies and you see their growth rates, and if you look at the economy and you look at all these different indicators, there's a really high likelihood that some of the companies that are value plays, or that people are flagging to for safety, might not end up being the best plays over a longer span, because of the fact that potentially these companies will slow down a little bit, and maybe even have significant slowdowns, or maybe even lose money. Who knows? Maybe even these auto companies like Ford or something. Because especially when you look at autos, you really see okay, Ford is talking about how they're gonna double their EVs and everything, and how this is a huge thing for them. And yeah, it's nice to see that the company is heading more towards an innovative kind of aspect, but it's also important to take into account that EVs are not a huge part of the amount of money that they make. EVs are a very, very small marginal piece of their business. So it's important for us to look at that and take that into account when we invest in these businesses. A lot of these businesses are heading to valuations that aren't really value plays anymore. They're slowing down in growth. They're getting a little bit to the more pricey side. And I think that the best value, in my opinion, is these growth stocks like Enphase, that are at the cutting edge of solar technology, stocks like Nvidia that are at the cutting edge of the metaverse and of many different things, and things like Facebook, which are trying to they have a lot of cash flow coming in and are shifting to more different kind of realms. I think these are the really important stocks to pay attention to. Affirm, I also think, is a great company, and they're making great strategic moves. I think the underlying business is incredible, and I think that the revenue is going to skyrocket over the next couple months and couple years, because of the fact that they have so many different deals and partnerships coming in place. So it's really interesting to pay attention to, and I'm really excited for all these growth companies. If you want, you could go check out Kathy Wood or ARK Invest YouTube video. It's called The Tech Sell-Off Bubble Comparisons, China ITK with Kathy Wood. I think it's a great video, and it talks in depth about all these different things that are going on in the market and why she thinks growth is going to be the greatest play for the next coming months and next coming years. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Go and smash the like button. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. This was Kev's Mindset.